What's happening, everyone? Happy Sunday night. Welcome to this late night edition of the Robert Ford Sports Minute. We got to do a quick recap of all the NFL games on today. All the games are over on today, and I'm back here in the Stu studio here in Las Vegas. Hey, how about my New Orleans Saints? We got a 2-game winning streak, right? Hard to believe. Starting these young guys are starting to step up. Tyler Shook, Devin Neal in the backfield, Kelvin Banks starting left tackle, first round pick, right? Even though he had a dumb penalty today, but he's been playing outstanding as well. So it's good to see some of these young guys. And basically at this point in the season for the Saints, you know you're not going to the playoffs. It's all about development and getting momentum into next season so you can see what you have and see what you need to address this offseason, whether it's free agency or in a draft. So I know there's some fans are hoping that we lose so we can get better draft pick. Actually, I think it's the total opposite. You want to have some momentum going into next season. And that's what it's all about, getting these young guys some positive reps. I actually think the Saints are going to win this coming weekend. I think they're going to beat the Jets and going to go 3-game winning streak this coming weekend. And the Pelicans on a 2-game winning streak. Go figure. I've been dogging out the New Orleans professional sports franchises all season long. And now all of a sudden they both are on a 2-game winning streak. And once again, the Pelicans got a couple of young players, Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, that they can build around for the future, right? So you want to get these guys a lot of good reps and get them. They're not going anywhere either this season. It's all about building momentum for the future for the Pelicans as well. So the Saints beat the Panthers. So now the Panthers and the Bucks tied and top of the NFC South at 7-7. They play against each other next weekend. I'm going with the Panthers at home in that one as the Bucks continue to go on a downward spiral. The AFC West, Rams, huge win over the Lions. The Seahawks win again. They set up for an incredible matchup this Thursday night in Seattle. I'm picking Seattle in that matchup at home. They played them tough in Los Angeles. The Seattle's defense is for real. I like Seattle to beat the Rams in a close one. And the 49ers are still looking like a playoff team as well with a huge win. Other games in the NFC, looks like the Eagles are going to definitely win the NFC East. Cowboys just lost to the Vikings. And how about J.J. McCarthy starting to step up for the Vikings, right? Second year in the system. He missed all of last season. You know, you can't write off these young guys too soon. You got to give them time to develop. And you're starting to see some encouraging signs if you're a Vikings fan, right, with J.J. McCarthy. It looked like the Eagles are going to run away with that division now. And then, of course, the NFC Central. The Bears back in first place with a big win over the Browns. The Packers now with another major injury, losing Micah Parsons for the season. And then on the AFC side, huge comeback win for the Bills. 21-point deficit, came back and beat the Patriots. Josh Allen just continues to be Superman in clutch situations. Their defense is a little suspect, and not sure how that's going to pan out for them in the playoffs, but they just ended the Patriots' 10-game winning streak. So a huge win to keep them in the divisional race. They're 1 game back of the Patriots. Then we look at the NFC North. Obviously, the Ravens beat the Bengals on the day. That pretty much eliminates the Bengals. And now you have the Steelers against the Dolphins on tomorrow night. I just think it's going to be a good game, but I think the Steelers squeak it out to continue to stay in first place in the NFC North. A couple of teams that are on the rise in the AFC South, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans, both of them are playing lights out football right now on both sides of the football, right? Offensively and defensively. Houston is playing well. They're rushing the passer. Jacksonville stopping the run on defense. So watch these two teams come playoff times as the Colts continue to fall apart. And Phillip Rivers, right? You got to give the man some credit. He ain't played since 2020. He came out there and had a valiant effort against Seattle. They kept it close, but they lost in the end. And the Broncos look like they're pulling away in the AFC West and probably has got a good chance of getting the number 1 seed in the AFC. So that's your quick recap of the NFL Sunday on today. Every few clips, I like to give the women some love. So we got to talk about some female sports here. And you look at college women's soccer right now. 2 Florida teams won national championships, right? Florida State won a the Division One championship over Stanford. So they're the national champs in women's soccer. And Florida Tech winning the Division Two championship, right, over Franklin Pierce and Colorado Springs. So shout out to Florida winning 2 of the national championships in women's soccer. College volleyball, right? They're down to the Final Four right now. Nebraska was undefeated. Got upset today by Texas A&M. What a huge shocker. Texas A&M advances to the Final Four this weekend. They'll take on Pitt. I think Pitt will advance to the championship game there in Kansas City. And then another kind of a shocker today. Wisconsin beat Texas and Carrie Spears, Marcus Spears' daughter, right? So Wisconsin moves on to play Kentucky. I'm picking Kentucky and Pitt to play in the championship, and I'm picking Kentucky to win it all now that Nebraska is eliminated. And then in the WNBA, it's still in contract negotiations. Caitlin Clark says we have every intention to play, but we just want to make sure we're paid fairly and compensated fairly. So both sides are still working to get a deal done. All right, everyone, enjoy your week. Be blessed, be safe, and also make sure you squeeze in some time to have some fun, everyone. Be blessed.